Of course, the diamond horns in their modern version are not quite tsarist anymore. Today, I will tell you about the authentic wedding tiara of the Romanovs' descendants, and about the recreated modern crown that adorned the ceremonial hairstyle of Nicoletta Romanoff, an Italian woman with Russian roots. Perhaps you have never seen such a tiara before, because diamond pearl Sveva is a jewel in the form of ram's horns. The originality of the design is above all praises. Although to many connoisseurs of jewelry art, the wedding tiara of Italian Romanovs seems a bit rough. A wonderful thing reminded us of the Golden Fleece, an order which in Europe awarded people of the upper class, true aristocrats. The award was considered a symbol of a special feat, even heroism, and also wisdom and nobility. In the distant 1952, Cannes was buzzing, excited by a loud event: the wedding of Grand Duke Nicholas Romanovich Romanov, a descendant of Nicholas I, and a noble Italian woman, a young Countess Sveva della Gherardesca. So two families of aristocrats were united, and the Romanovs became related to an ancient family of Italy whose roots went back to the 8th century and the Lombard king. Beautiful Sveva became the wife of Prince Romanov, and after wedding has appeared to light already as Maria Feodorovna. Of course, everyone paid attention to the unusual jewelry of the lovely bride. An exquisite tiara ram's horns. The thing was full of miniature flowers made of wax. It seemed that the bride's curls were adorned with a real blossoming bouquet of orange tree branches. Sveva's choice was made for a reason, because orange buds are considered in Italy the embodiment of chastity and perfect, unearthly beauty, which with its superiority overshadows everything around. And so many years later, the granddaughter of the famous couple, actress Nicoletta Romanova, an Italian Romanov, decided to seek help from the well-known in her country jewelry house Damiani to recreate the wedding tiara of her grandmother. Thus was born a whole collection of precious pieces shining with incredible diamonds. The floral motifs inspired by the original Sveva are wonderfully repeated in the outlines of cheek earrings, feminine rings, and regal necklaces. However, the true pride of the Damiani and Nicoletta Romanova collection was the new version of the wedding Sveva. The unusual tiara indeed resembles dashingly twisted ram's horns. Such jewelry can be freely worn on the whole head, unlike tiaras of the classic form. Transparent, like morning dew, diamonds in a magnificent white gold setting lie in continuous rows on the precious fabric of the tiara. This type of stone setting is called pave. Half-opened buds and delicate flowers remind us of the very orange wreath that was once chosen by Countess Sveva, who fell in love with the Russian prince. In the winter of 1951, our heroine had a great time at one of the Roman parties, where all the cream of high society flocked. For the first time, the girls saw the statuesque Prince Nicholas Romanov there. He had just returned from a trip to Egypt and dreamed of making a career in one of the UN units that were located in Geneva. The gallant gentleman invited a new acquaintance to the movies, and a day later they went on a fascinating tour of interesting places in the many faces of Rome, and of course, fell in love. The prince did not own special riches, and therefore came under the windows of the beloved Sveva on a simple bus and waited until the girl gathered for a date. Patient and courteous, he immediately won the heart of the gentle Italian. 4 days passed, and Sveva's stay with his parents in Rome came to an end. They were returning to Florence. It seemed that life was darkened with dark colors, and parting with Nicholas would shatter her soul into 1,000 sharp shards. The prince did not want to part with his beloved, and therefore after a while decided to make her a marriage proposal. The groom's parents were pleased with the choice of a life partner, an Italian aristocrat, but it was not to be. Sveva's father immediately reminded the young man that the Gherardesca clan is much older than the Romanov family, even if it is royal, but to match the countess, without having at least some work, is not serious at all, answered the ardent prince, the head of the Italian family. The groom, of course, in a short time, found a decent place, in a wealthy car manufacturing firm, to provide for his wife and future children. But he had to give up his coveted career in the UN, but the wedding and his wife were much more important to him, and their wedding in Cannes became the main event of the year. Let us return to the modern Sveva tiara and the entire jewelry collection, as if filled with pure energy of two hearts in love. After 6 months of Damiani's painstaking work, the world was presented with enchanting jewelry with icy flowers. white and pink gold of rare color nuance, 83 snow-white pearls from Japan, 4,500 various diamonds. The magical fairy tale of Russian-Italian love took earthly shape.